Welcome to another Dragonheir Silent Gods video, guys. In this one, we're gonna talk about a burn team that will deal over 1 billion damage versus the Mekkatorque, the endgame boss in Season 2. Now, I'm gonna walk you through builds. I'm gonna walk you through pretty much everything that you need in order to be able to achieve such a result. If you guys enjoy the content, do me a favor, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. And if you guys want to claim free rewards, free Helialite dice, free gems, tons of other goodies, click on the link in the description down below or the pinned comment. Use code Skratch. You're going to help me out, help to support the channel. You're going to claim some additional rewards straight away when you use the code. And once the event is over, because this is a brand new event, you're going to be able to claim rewards straight onto your account. Let's quickly talk about this damn boss, right? We are seeing Perkunte on the image right here, but there are not many good teams with Perkunte. At least I haven't really managed to get anything done with him. We are talking about the burn team. Now, I am fortunate enough to have Berengar, which will manage to keep my team alive, okay? That's the only healer that we have in here. Then we are running 4 different characters. But I do want to talk about something else as well. Replacements for Berengar. You could drop one of the burn characters, most likely Biggs if you have the exclusive. If you don't have a Scatius, you can't drop him because you don't have him, so you're just gonna take him out of the team anyway. But you can use different characters to support your team. For example, if you're struggling with the survivability, you could run even a Taurin together with an Elminster, because you will need 2 different characters, okay? So Taurin, Elminster together can get the job done. If not, you can run Narrow plus an Elminster. They will get the job done to keep your team alive, okay? And you will only use 3 damage deals, but of course your damage will drop. Now, I've seen some other people using something very similar as we had in the challenge bosses. Instead of using Jörn on the Moonlight set, or whatever the heck was called that set, you're running Huldork instead. And the damage reduction that he brings apparently is good enough to keep your team alive. And then you can still run 4 DPS. You would build Huldork with this set. Of course, enough accuracy. You will need a lot of skill haste on him to make sure he's going at a 15-second rotation. But you will build him on the Moonlight set with Enlightenment and everything else, okay? And like that, your team should stay alive. But let's focus on what we have going on right here. Berengar. Now, my Berengar will be on an Ancestral Protection set with the Solar King's Horn. And is literally all about his skills, the talents, which are going to be very important. It will bring in a lot of support for the team, plus a lot of debuffs too. You have recharge speed penalty, healing prohibition, and that's about it. But then you will have, of course, a different set that will enable you to land more debuffs, and that is, of course, this one right here, the Frost Stained. The stats on Berengar, you want to have as much HP as possible, okay? These are the talents. This is the build. Look at the HP. The accuracy is a little bit on the low side. I'm actually curious to see what I've changed that I barely have any accuracy on him. Because I've changed something probably, and I forgot to basically sort that out. Because I do want to have more accuracy to make sure he's going to be more consistent with the debuffs. I can't remember what I've changed though, because I used to have way more accuracy than this. I've played around trying to run a Moonlight set on him to see if that makes a bit of a difference. But unfortunately, that was just not cutting it. And I think no, I haven't changed this one. Somewhere, I've lost the accuracy. And I'm not sure where. Probably right here. So let's see. HP, accuracy, and what do we need? We need an Ancestral Protection. This one will get the job done. 200 accuracy. This one has accuracy already, and this one doesn't. Okay, why are we even using this? I know we have some high HP on it, but let's just get something else on it that might give us what we need. We don't really need him to actually heal more at least is not a necessity. He's extremely, extremely tanky. This, unfortunately, is not really gonna do anything. We could try and run one of these to actually reduce a bit the damage that the boss might do. Let's actually give it a go and see if this will work a bit better on Berengar. The team won't survive all the way to the end, right? Then, let's quickly talk about Karf. Karf is gonna run a Brotherhood set. Now, because we have him with the Witch's Remains, some people might be tempted to use him instead of the Brotherhood with an Emissary set, okay? The only difference will be that the Emissary set, when the warrior successfully inflicts a debuff, all allies deal 10% more damage for 10 seconds. And the debuff will only be the defense down that counts. If you're running a Brotherhood set instead, when the warrior casts an ultimate skill, all allies' elemental damage dealt increases by 15% for 10 seconds. So it's basically a 5% additional damage from this set. But is when he's using the ultimate skill. Then, moving on to the talents and everything else, I don't have him built with damage, just a lot of attack, because Ascatius and Duram will pull some attack from him. Actually, my Ascatius won't do it anymore, but Duram will still do it because I've changed the mythical piece on him, I just realized. The higher the attack, the better for the rest anyway. That use that mythical piece from the top. These are the talents on him. Then moving on to Biggs. Biggs is on a tight set with the Titan Reap, which honestly, it just doesn't make sense thinking about it. Why doesn't it make sense? Well, we do not get any debuffs on himself. Okay, I was just thinking about it right now. This won't actually benefit us at all. So instead of it, we could try and run something else. For example, we could run the Crown of the Unclean. We could try and run this one. Okay, this will give us straight off the back another debuff on the boss. It won't be in there forever, but it will give us 10% additional damage, which I think is better than running the Crown, because the Crown only has a chance to land the defense down on one enemy, and that is pretty pointless in my opinion. So running this artifact will actually boost your damage even more. You've seen the talents. Here they are. This is the build. Survivability. I can actually drop the resistance banner if I want to. Then we have Duram. Duram is built with full mythical gear with this artifact. As much crit rate, crit damage, and attack as possible. And thinking about it, this talent is going to be the right one on him. You do not care about the accuracy one because at least I have plenty of accuracy on mine. And then we have Scatius with his exclusive artifact. If you do not have his exclusive artifact, you can either run the artifact that we have on Duram, either run, for example, the Whisper of the Consumer. But these are the total stats on Duram. Of course, some more crit damage and attack would be nice. And Scatius, actually, because we were at him, not at Duram, these are the total stats on him. As much crit damage as you can get. Crit rate, you're going to gain crit rate from here, okay? So that's something to remember. Gains 20% crit rate, 10% from the bonus stats, that's 30%. So we are sitting at 98.7% crit rate. Okay, just so you know why we have him on lower crit rate. I do have some accuracy, but I do have... No, I do not have that talent on him. So I don't have this one to increase the accuracy. We're going to do 1 and 1. We're going to see which one actually performs a bit better. And that's pretty much it. I will show you the skill timing right now. Let me store the build. So if you're going to have a look at the skill timing, Ascatius will gain ultimate energy with the battle skill, if I remember it correctly. So you can put him on a 2-to-1 ratio to go on 15 seconds. It's just a bit of an additional damage. I do have my Berengar on default, and then I have 11.5 on Biggs. I have 15 on him. I have 16 on Duram, 16.6 on Scatius, and the rest are going on a 30-second cycle. Even this Tidal Surge will go on a 30-second cycle. If that's not going to be good enough, we can swap it to random, okay? We can actually put it on default to start with. And Let me just quickly show you how this plays out. I cannot keep them alive without having that on. Because we're going to deal so much damage with a Scatius, we don't really have to worry about debuffs. That's why the Titan Rib is pointless. I just forgot to change it from yesterday when I was actually building the team. But either way, it's still something to keep in mind for the next phase, which most likely it will land debuffs on us and stuff. So just to kind of like have a bit of an idea, you know. So let's see, where are we with this? 340 million damage in what? 1 minute and 30 seconds. Pretty damn good, which means that we are pushing in really higher damage. But we are going to start pushing in over 100 million damage per minute, more or less, which is really good. 400 million already, and we have 5 minutes and 30 plus seconds left, which should really push us to do crazy damage. Especially that we brought in, of course, that extra debuff with the artifact on Biggs. That should enable us to push in a bit more. With my Berengar, I have more accuracy now, which is going to be pretty helpful as well to make sure we are landing all of the debuffs versus the freaking boss. The problem that I have with this team, I tend to lose a couple of them right at the end in the last 30 to 60 seconds left. And that is a lot of damage, okay, if they die so early. But I cannot find a way to keep them alive for longer, unfortunately. Kind of like no matter how I'm trying it. I've tried running an emissary set on Berengar. Unfortunately, they die even earlier because we do not have that ancestral protection set to help us out. I've tried a couple of different things as well, which unfortunately were not really good. I'm curious if you fear in a Journ in this team, how will that play out? Are you going to be able to go on a 15-second cycle with the entire team? The only thing is, it's not really going to be that helpful. It's not really going to be that helpful to go on a 2-to-1 ratio with the entire team versus this boss, because the real damage does not come from hitting the actual boss. It comes from hitting those freaking orbs, you see? Because right now, when he used the ultimate, was just a dent in the damage. This is where the real damage comes from. Like, look at that jump, 50 million and stuff like that. We're already at 900 million. We have 2 minutes left. If this team survives till the end or close to it, I'm going to save it, okay? Because I've already done so many runs with so many teams that it drove me freaking nuts, okay? And I just don't have the patience anymore. Plus, I still need to build 2 more teams. I mean, to build them, to perfect them. Because it is pretty damn painful. Look at that. We already have 1 billion damage. Survive. Come on, survive. Woo! We survived another one. Can we get a 1.1, please? Very close to it. Definitely not too bad, but we are going to lose them right there. I kind of had a feeling that that might happen. So I cannot manage to keep them alive for longer than this. Okay, I've tried with using the tide, the shield at the 30-second rotation all the time, but then they die earlier. So no matter how I'm playing it around, I just do not manage to do it better. Okay, that was pretty much everything for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. That's how you build this team. That's how you score over 1 billion damage. As usual, appreciate every single one of you guys watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.